A happy new year for 2025. I'm just experimenting with live video at the moment, and I hope that you will watch this after I've recorded it. And yeah, hopefully just to check, see who's around and about. And I'm sitting in front of my computer and just doing stuff on Facebook at the moment. And yeah, so just finding out what people are into. Okay, cool. So what I might try as a bit of an experiment to see if I can share the live video. Now, do I have a YouTube window open? I don't think I do. So what I'm going to try and do is share this live on Facebook. I don't have Facebook on my don't have Facebook on my phone. I'm just trying to minimize my social media consumption. It's a bit so difficult. It really is. But okay, so okay, nope, that's not me. That's not me. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed Christmas and things like that. Well, it's the day. Today is Boxing Day here in Adelaide, South Australia. So Boxing Day is a public holiday, and it's the day after Christmas, and it's got a lot of tradition and stuff like that behind it. It used to be the day that wealthy people would box up their presents and food and stuff like that that they didn't want, and give it to poor people and stuff like that. Oh man, I really need to blow my nose. Please excuse me for a second. Oh my goodness. As you can see, there's stuff all over my microwave. I'm in the middle of spring cleaning for, hello everybody. Please feel free to leave comments and things like that. I'm not sure whether I can read them or not, but we'll see what happens. So I'm just typing a little message on Facebook. Hang out with me live. So I'm going to see how long I can actually do this. I'm holding a little mini tripod, and I don't know whether people can actually leave comments and things like that. Please do if you can, or hit the love heart reaction if you can't, or just react to this. I'm not sure what it will allow me to do. Highlight save to your channel as unlisted video. No. So yeah, but thank you guys for tuning in. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Okay, so I've just shared this with people on Facebook. Thank you for liking the video as well. I don't know who's actually watching. Hi there, Abby. How are you going? I'll just turn the camera again because I'm going to blow my nose. Oh my goodness. All of a sudden, my nose started to run. But yeah, hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you got everything that you wanted for Christmas. My place needs a bit of a spring cleaning, so please excuse any mess that you see. I'm holding a tripod, manual tripod, but I do have another one that I usually holds my microphone for doing podcasts and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. 2 thumbs up already. I've got three viewers, which is cool. Now the highlight of the year for me is actually the Doctor Who Christmas special. And I don't have high hopes for the quality of this one, but we'll see. And for Christmas, I spent it alone. I've got relatives who are undergoing surgery and stuff like that, so it was a bit of a somber one. I did speak to my father today, He's going into hospital sometime in January for heart surgery. He's 73 years old, so please, I'm not really a religious person, but if you have any prayers and things like that for my father who is going into hospital, and my uncle who has type 2 diabetes. I've got type 2 diabetes as well. I don't talk about it a whole lot, but yeah, if you want to pray or do that sort of thing, I won't say no to positive thoughts and things like that. Yeah, next year's Christmas would be great. I'm going to be socialising a lot more. I think a lot of people were just sort of busy with everything going on and things like that. Thank you very much, Abby. I hope you have a great day today, or tonight, or whatever, wherever you are in the world and whatever you choose to do. Thank you for being an amazing person. And yeah, I wish you could check out your channels and stuff like that. Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is just a test video, but I'm willing to talk to anybody at this point. It's currently Boxing Day here in South Australia, or what you'd call Proclamation Day. And it's the day when South Australia was actually founded. And yeah, hope everybody's, I know it's still Christmas Day in the United States and the Northern Hemisphere, but it's a little bit further on. It's 12:30 a.m. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hey there, Arrested Monkey. Cheers from New South Wales. Yeah, I'm in Adelaide at the moment. And yeah, this is pretty cool. Just chatting and seeing who's up and around and things like that. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their Christmas. I came home Christmas Eve to find a couple of guys out the front of my house, and one of them had like a bit of blood on their temple and blood all down their shirt and stuff like that. They'd actually fallen over, come off their bike and fallen over, and they were out the front of my house looking for a tap just to wash the blood off and stuff like that. And some of the horrors of living in suburbia. And then today, Christmas Day, you've got people wanting to speed in their cars and stuff like that. Like this guy was in like a brand new ute and hotted up and all that sort of stuff. And he revved his engine in front of me. I live on a main road. And he wanted to try and, you know, scare me, impress me or whatever. So he goes flying up the road, and I just turn around and go, put on your brakes, because there was a car going into a driveway which slowed the traffic, and he nearly didn't make it. So his brand new ute would have slammed into the back of like another car. Yeah, crazy stuff. So, and yeah, so I'm all set for the next few days. I'm working at the Adelaide Oval over on the 27th of December, and I will be there for New Year's Eve. Apparently that's good money, and if I can get the hours up and stuff like that. And they're doing like a bonus thing of like an extra $5 an hour, which would bring things up to, let's see, what, $43 an hour Australian. So that's pretty cool, just for working New Year's Eve. And there'll be like a really long shift. I'm hoping to get more shifts with the Adelaide Oval throughout next year. I'll be going to every football game, cricket game, concert that I can think of, and that'll be really cool. And I know they do functions and stuff like that. So yeah, so feel free to ask questions and things like that. So I really want to find out what people have, what they were doing for Christmas and what you got up to. I had a quiet one, as I've said earlier in the video. Yeah, not much happened in my street, just some people setting fireworks in the daylight. Yeah, I don't understand why people would do that during the day. Like, you want to have the maximum effect of it being at night, because you can actually see the fireworks. But yeah, just a waste of fireworks. Yeah, it is. We had a little bit of fireworks go off, and a few people in the street having very loud music and stuff like that. Hey Jay, how you going? I don't know how to add you in terms of like doing live videos and stuff, but if you ever want to request, I don't know how to do that, but you can if you want to. Yeah, fireworks are, I think they're illegal in Adelaide. I know they used to be legal, illegal all the time. They used to change depending on like who was in power at the time and whatever. I know when I was in high school back in the 90s, they used to be legal, but all it takes is a few idiots throwing them at people, and then they get banned again. That's cool, Jay. Like, I hope you it'll be Christmas Day over there, I'm guessing. So I hope you're enjoying your Christmas with your family, and thank you for tuning in and things like that. I'm going to try and stay on here as long as I can to try and get the watch time up, the watch time hours up. And I'm hopefully going to be doing a lot more of these throughout the year. Yeah, thank you, Jay. Like, you are one of my best supporters. I still got to catch up on your the videos where you went overseas, but they were really, really good, really well done. Thank you very much for your support as well. I appreciate a lot of what you do. Yep, the hours. Yeah, 3,000, even 4,000 hours of watch time in a 365-day period is a lot. I used to be monetized on YouTube 6 years ago, and I struggled to get to that point. And then YouTube, because of the politics at the time, people were doing these adults-only videos, right? But they were disguising it as like children's entertainment. That's why when you go to upload a video, it says, is this intended for children, right? And if your videos are marked, yes, they're intended for children, there's all sorts of stuff that you've got to go through and stuff like that, right? But that's when the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours of watch time in a 365-day period ruling came in, because the YouTube community at the time voted that way. But it also wiped out a lot of there were community members, but they didn't have like a huge subscriber count, because the focus wasn't on subscriber numbers. The focus was on helping as many people within the community as they could, right? They weren't posting drama stuff. They were just vlogging and stuff like that. And that wiped a lot of people off of the community. But yeah, so the reason I'm here with this channel, now this was on my other channel, was demonetized 6 years ago. So I went into other video sharing platforms and stuff like that. I can monetize a video through crypto, but I don't endorse or condone crypto, things like that. But the reason I'm here on this channel is I got inspired by people like Dodash and yourself, who were saying how YouTube's now on easy mode. It's easier for people over 40 to create videos, and now the technology's there, and that's true, but it's harder than it's ever been. It's easier to get into the YouTube partner program, but you still need 4,000 hours of watch time in order to have, and 1,000 subscribers to have ads running on your videos. So it hasn't changed. It's not easier. In fact, it's a lot harder to, now the live video makes things a little bit easier too, but no, and I find that a lot of YouTubers, the new YouTubers, they're all copying the same people, and it's the same promises of wealth, the promises of financial freedom, promises of time freedom, but it's a grind. YouTube is a grind, but it doesn't have to be. If you can find like your core audience and build up from that, then it can be a great thing. If you have a business or you want to promote local businesses, YouTube is fantastic for that too. And that's something that I want to be able to do. I want to be able to promote local businesses. So what I wanted to do originally, and the holidays have sort of made things a bit difficult, but originally what I wanted to do was showcase my local city, my local area, and those videos do well. I wanted evergreen videos. Now, evergreen videos are not videos where they're time specific. Anybody can watch them at any time and get some value out of them. So if you are considering coming here in Adelaide for a holiday, you want to know what the people's are like. You want to know what the currency we use. You want to know tourist attractions. You want to know the price of a beer, for example. You want to know what the people are like. You want to know, is it safe? Is it violent? You want to know the areas to avoid and all that sort of stuff, right? You know? So I wanted that kind of stuff to be evergreen. Excuse me, I take my glasses off. I don't need to see the screen too much. I can still read. But I take the glasses off because the reflection from my monitor is a bit of a pain. But yeah, I'm grateful to everybody that's in here watching me right now, because I'm usually not very successful with live videos and stuff like that. YouTube is a lot friendlier than TikTok in terms of live video. Normally I'd have a whole heap of racist hate comments and stuff like that here, and this hasn't happened so far. And I know there are people that want to see me live and things like that, but this is just a rambling live at the moment, so I'm just doing stuff off the cuff. I'm grateful for everybody that tunes in, obviously, and I am just grateful to still be here. I scraped through, made it to Christmas. I've got $8 in my main account until Thursday. I don't know whether some of the payroll, some of the people have taken holidays and things for the payroll, and some of these companies are like multi-million-dollar companies. I can't figure out why they put a delay on this sort of thing. Like, if you knew Christmas was coming up, you could pay people early, you know. But let me know down in the comments down below what you did for Christmas, whether you went away, stayed home. I'm always scared to go away for holidays and things like that because I live in a rough area, and one of the neighbours has actually broken into one of the other units, and they're stealing like things like fridges and beds and all sorts of crazy stuff, right? And I'm just not home often enough to be able to like ring the police and stop a lot of this crap. But I want to move. I want to move. I've got a whole heap of goals and things that I want to achieve in 2025, and I'm hoping that I do help achieve them. And I also want to help other people too. So I'm going to use my YouTube channel to help as many people as I possibly can. I'm at an age where I can provide like a lot of advice and things like that. So one of the biggest things would be, if you are younger watching this, to invest money. Invest money, spare money in your superannuation, your 401k, set up a Roth IRA if you are in America, and invest. Like with a Roth IRA, you can set what you're going to do. I just stayed, hang on. I just stayed at home for Christmas, just a quiet one. Every year I make Christmas lasagna, and I only got around to it 3 years ago. Oh, that's interesting. Christmas lasagna. So is that different to an everyday lasagna, or are you? Or is it just Christmas lasagna that you have on Christmas Day? It sounds actually quite nice, really. I like lasagna. Obviously, I have to cut back on a lot of the carbohydrate stuff, but for health reasons. But yeah, it's always good to just your own tradition. Yeah. This year I got a phone call from my father. Normally I'd probably either go over to his place with his wife. My parents got divorced when I was younger, but he remarried, and she's normally spending Christmas like all day. Like she'll cook and prepare food and stuff like that. You can't really. She's one of these people you can't sort of tell to just sit down and relax. They've got to be doing something for Christmas. But that's sort of a tradition. Some last few years I've been going to a friend's place as well. He moved to another location, and I am not really a big fan of Christmas. Like, I'm okay with it, but I don't really get super festive with it, if that makes sense. I just celebrate in my own way, and not like I don't drink very often. Part of that's like health reasons as well. But I celebrate with those who do celebrate, and I cheer on with those who do cheer on and things like that. And it's a strange thing, well, like this time period, in that I have a lot more international friends, and so like because it's Boxing Day now, I start when I'm talking about Christmas. It usually starts Christmas Eve for me, and then as it goes into Christmas for me, it's Christmas Eve in the Northern Hemisphere and America and things like that. And then it slowly sort of rolls over. So it's Boxing Day here, so it'll be Christmas Day there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the Doctor Who Christmas special. The trailer looks okay. So I think it's going to be a bit more adventurous. I don't think it's going to be like Monster of the Week kind of thing, but it'll be interesting. And I do hope there's more episodes of Doctor Who throughout the year. Disney needs to get their act together and commission more episodes and things like that. I'm currently watching a show called From. It's a horror. I'm not big on horror either, but this is sort of like a suspense thriller kind of thing, and it's just finished its third season, so I'm halfway through the third season, catching up. And it's a bit like Lost, the old TV series Lost, and I just hope that they don't ruin the ending of it all. It's worth watching if you can get your hands on it. I think it might be on Stan. I can't remember which station I used to get it, but yes. What else do people do? Yeah, I've got big plans for 2025, but my key takeaway is to use the days leading up to 2025 to start planning, and then use 2025 to actually start doing. So I've got a few video ideas, I've got a few life plans and things that I want to achieve before Christmas next year. Now some of those are perennial, things that I don't get around to, like overseas travel, for example. That's expensive, and things don't always work out. But hopefully next year, by then, this time next year, I'll be in the UK. So I want to go to England, just meet some pen friends that I've known for like over 30 years and just catch up and things like that. And then maybe even go to Belgium. Just little things. But I'd have to organise things with those people so that I'm not a burden to them. And it'll take a lot of planning and a lot of money. I've got to renew my passport even. And that's around about $400 now. And there's a massive price jump. It was like, I saw it jump from like $260 to about $400 in the one jump. Crazy stuff. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to just getting that done. Right now, I'm just scraping through. I've got like a fair bit of money in another account that I got with my tax return back in July. July, August, September. No, it was October. So it's amazing how, was it October? November. So it's amazing how, like, if you put money aside, away, and just start saving little bits, it does accumulate. But you have to be really disciplined. And but it's interesting how that account's actually generating like a fair bit of interest, which is amazing because it actually pays for all the bank fees and things like that, which is cool. Obviously, I lost a few viewers. They're not really interested in finances or Doctor Who or whatever, but it's okay. It's all good. Thank you. Thank you once again for everybody who's like tuning in and watching this. This was unplanned and off the cuff, and I'm just going to see how long I can keep talking until the battery goes flat on my phone. Hi there, Mark. How are you going? You finally met me on a live, which is good. And yeah, I'm going to put my glasses back on for a second. Well, I took them off because they produce like a glare because I'm sitting in front of my monitor. And I just want to refresh the screen because I've got it open on Facebook because I'd advertised a live video, just for a funny meme there. But yeah, so what did everybody get up to for Christmas? So so the thing, my highlight of the year is not actually Christmas. It's the Doctor Who Christmas special. But I had a quiet one for those of you who are just coming in. I had a quiet one. You're a great speaker. Could easily. Oh, thank you very much. I do have a podcast called Easy Like a Sunday Morn, and I'm planning on recording an episode in the morning, like Boxing Day. I was going to do one for Christmas, but I thought I'd just wait a little bit, and it'll be Christmas in the US. Sorry, BBC iPlayer. Yeah, thank you. It means a lot because like it's one of those things that you don't know how you're being perceived, and sometimes in life you get a lot of negative feedback, right? So, you know, the people, like I've got a podcast, it's not meant to be political or exciting. It's about slowing down. And we live in this mad panic world. And the key of it is to slow down and just take 30 minutes out of your week just to embrace, like there's a tranquil moment on a Sunday morning, right? Where everybody, like before anybody goes to church or anything like that, everybody's asleep. There's no dogs barking, nobody's mowing their lawn. And even on holidays, right, people might drink and cheer and whatever else, but it's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning here, and it's tranquil. Like people have gone out, doing all sorts of stuff, but there's a point where they will have to sleep off that alcohol, and there's a tranquility there, and if you can embrace that tranquility for just 30 minutes a week, you can use that time. You just clear your head, clear whatever has happened in the past, and you let go of any future planning. You just let go of everything. It's only for 30 minutes, right? You can pick up the stuff again later, all the dramas, all the stresses of like the week before, and all the planning you need to do for the working week ahead. But if you have like a point of stillness, right, you clear your head, and then you go, okay, well, what is it that I need to do for the week? Oh, do I need to wash my uniform? Or do I need to pack a lunch? Are you doing meal prep? So for those of you who lift weights and are into fitness, then you can use that Sunday to do your meal prep and things like that. And it's just a weekly reminder to clear your head, right? So it wasn't about trying to be popular or be controversial. I can take these off now. About being controversial or political or filled with hate or fear or anger. Like there's enough of that sort of stuff out there, right? So, and also, I noticed that a lot of Americans, right, they talk really fast because they've got a time constraint. They've got to cram all this information in really quickly. So a lot of people don't like the fact that I talk slower and clearer and concise. And a lot of people, I had a bit of feedback with my YouTube stuff saying, oh, look, you need to be succinct, you need to do shorter videos, and they need to be short, sharp, and shiny, and all this sort of stuff. And that's not the way I think. I don't script my stuff. I have a rough idea of what I say, and I try to, often what you see is the end result of maybe 5 takes, and I do it in the one take. What you see is often one take, and the only editing I do is I cut out bits and pieces where I've sworn or where I've said something I shouldn't, and then I've had to stop and then think, no, I've gone down a speech path that diverted from what I was originally meaning to say. So that's so true. I got up an hour earlier than I usually do for work last week. It's so much better. There's no rush to get ready, and you can just slow down. So yeah, and you have a clearer thought, a clearer planning. You can, but what you don't want to do is get caught up in too much thinking, like to overthinking. But and my mistake is if I get up early and think I've got more time than I have. Had a huge day from Moffat Vale down south. Okay, that's cool. Thank you very much, Late Night Hero. My mistake is if I get up too early, I make the mistake of thinking I've got heaps of time, and then I procrastinate, and then I end up being late. And think, how could I be late? I was just messing around for a little bit, and it's like, no. But it is a good time to plan things, sort things out, whatever you need to do for the day, for the week, and things like that. Yeah. So, and I find also like my podcast doesn't come up with, it comes up in some searches, but it doesn't come up when I search it on Apple unless I search directly. I could search my own name and it will put other people's names before me. And there are a lot of Adelaide-based podcasts that really should be deleted. Not because I don't like them, it's because the people that were doing them stopped creating them, and like it's just dead weight. Whereas if I'm doing something topical and recent, like why isn't my podcast being pushed? And then you find out that some of them are part of a network, and because they're part of a network, they will get pushed in the Apple rankings and stuff like that. Yeah, and there's like, and then you think, okay, well maybe I should join a network, but then you look at who are behind the networks, and some of those people are quite dodgy, and or they have political views that don't align with my own, and things like that. So, yeah, I don't really want to endorse or take money from or give money to people that I know are not the best people. So I'm sure you can understand and relate to that. Yeah, but sometimes we just have to slow down a bit. And that's one of the beautiful things about Adelaide, is that you can go out to like the botanical gardens, right? Absolutely free, and just sit at a park bench and just mellow out and relax. I find like it's funny, just even if I want to make a phone call, I prefer silence when I make a phone call. And if I'm in the city, there's a lot of traffic, there's either wind noise and stuff like that. So I will go to the botanical gardens just to get that tranquility, so I can make a phone call, so I can hear what's going on. From North of Vale down south. So how's things down north of Vale? There's a few bushfires up north, Smithfield. Let's see. I'll put my glasses back on, and I think I have. No, I've moved away from it. But yeah, there's a few bushfires out at, one's out at Smithfield. I think one out at Elizabeth. So here we go, incidents and warnings. One at Para Hills, grass fire. But I don't know how often these, it's supposed to get updated. One at Elizabeth, one at Smithfield. Yeah, Woodcroft. Okay, so there's one on Onkaparinka Hills, but that was on, I think that was finished. Yeah, that was on Christmas Eve. What part of Elizabeth? It's saying, so if you go to cfs.sa.gov.au, it's got like a warning thing, so I'm just going to click on it. It says Trimmer Road, Elizabeth Vale. Grass fire, first reported Wednesday, 25th December at 10:44. Yeah. Elizabeth Vale. So that is near, it's in a grass area. Hang on, I'll just get the street. Mofflin Road, Trimmer Road. Yeah, so it's saying, now I don't know whether it's still going or not. I don't know. I'll just refresh this because I don't know how, well, it's still there. So I've refreshed it, it's still there. I don't know, I mean, it's a grass fire, it's an oval, but so it's near the substation. Now it's only giving me like a line map, it's not giving me a satellite map. So I can't, so yeah, it's on the corner of Hogarth Road, Mofflin Road, Stokes Court and Mofflin Road. Yeah, that's on the opposite side of me. I'm in the most southern part of the Vale. Carisbrook Reserve often has grass fires in summer, yeah. I know people in Smithfield had to be evacuated today, so do be careful and do listen for CFS warnings and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's only a line drawing. But I wouldn't think that I wouldn't think it would take that long for them to put the fire out. That's okay. Yeah, it just wasn't sure that they'd put the fire out. No, it wouldn't like it shouldn't take like 4 hours to put a fire out. Especially if they have like 3 or 4 trucks go out. But it's a pretty cool website because it has like incidents and stuff as well. Oh yeah, so they report things like a tree falling over. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of grass fires, and I don't know how much of it is like arsonists, like copycats and stuff. Yeah, oh, okay. I wonder whether it's been put out, but that the weather, but they haven't updated the status. It's saying Trimmer Road, Elizabeth Vale, saying that it's still going, but like the one at Smithfield, Conunda Road, because that was reported out near Manapara when I first heard it, and then it's moved to Smithfield, and then the Elizabeth one started up, and I reckon it might be arsonists or school kids or drug addicts or whatnot, just doing stuff, boredom on Christmas Day. But yeah, earlier in the video, I was talking about how I came home on Christmas Eve, and there was a couple of guys out the front of my house that I knew from the local area, and they so they hang out at a neighbour's place. Yeah, grass fires generally deliberate. Yeah, yeah, it's annoying. It could be like a discarded cigarette, or people just lighting stuff, and then people. I think the Elizabeth probably would have been, because they would have heard the Manapara one, and and then decided to be idiots. Um, yeah, but yeah, okay. So there's a guy out the front of my house. No, a couple of guys get out the front of my house, and I'm coming home and I could see them coming towards my property. I'm thinking, okay, they're in front of my property. Do I ring the police or what do I do? And one guy had like blood dribbling like down his temple and down his shirt, and I said, yeah, hey, how you going? Whatever. And I said, oh yeah, I come off my bike, right over. And the reason he was out the front of my place, he was just looking for a tap to like wash the wound and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of suburbia, and I hope that doesn't offend anybody. But I just get sick of the crime and stuff here. People, they don't want to improve their lot at all, and they hang around people who just want to keep them down all the time. These are people they'll be stuck on welfare for the rest of their lives, because they're only focused on like themselves, not really like contributing to the rest of society. Now, I'm not being arrogant or, hang on, I'll take these off. I'm not being arrogant or pretentious or anything when I say that. I'd been on welfare for a while before I ended up like doing a lot of part-time stuff. I've been off welfare. In April, it'll be like 3 years, so I'm proud of that. I just need to find like a proper, consistent job. I work at the Adelaide Oval now, and isn't it funny? I talk about getting a job and like I lost viewers. But yeah, I work at the Adelaide Oval, but that's like during the football games, cricket games, and concerts and stuff. And that's only just recently that I've started working there. So I'm hoping that it will lead to more work. And working at the Adelaide Oval is a priority because one, they pay like a decent hourly rate. They pay more than most people, but they pay like a flat rate because of the union that they're with, and so they don't get the huge like weekend rates, like huge Sunday rates, but they get like a generalised Sunday rate whenever you work with them directly. And I don't really want to work with the sub agencies. They will still outsource to other agencies, but they will only offer them like 3 or 4 hour shifts, whereas I know that I can get like a 4 or like a 5 hour shift, like working with the Oval, or more. And I'm hoping to get into working there every day if I can. I know they do functions every day. I know they have a cafe that's open every day, and things like that. A friend of mine works at the Adelaide Oval doing security work, so he gets 10-hour shifts whenever there's a cricket game or a football game or like concert or whatever, because he's got to be there for the parking. So he wants me to work with him, but it's in a different department, so the chances of that happening are pretty remote. But I'm hoping that at least with the functions, they do functions every day too. Hopefully I'll get into that, and maybe the tennis next year too. I've applied for that, but we'll see what happens with that. Yeah. But yeah, things are slowly looking up. I've sort of just scraped through this year, like I said. I've got a fair bit of money in another bank account, but I don't want to touch it because I want to find out how much they'll actually pay me in terms of like an interest payment. So the moment I take any money out, they won't pay me interest for that month. They'll pay you like $1, like just because of the amount of money that's in there. but I think that it's generating about 15, maybe $20 a month just in interest, so that's not too bad. And I just want to keep it there. And I talked about wanting to go to the UK at the end of next year, and I'm going to be serious about it and just slowly but surely, in increments, saving towards that. I can talk to people on YouTube and trying to find out more about the area that I'll be staying at, and also because I'm going to meet like pen friends and stuff like that. So I'm going to hopefully be doing that sort of thing, and just do the touristy sort of thing as well, but visit them. I've got a pen friend that I've had for over 30 years. She has a boyfriend and stuff, but it'd be just a good catch up. She was a good moral support. We supported each other when things were going, helped each other through rough times, so to speak. I wouldn't mind visiting Britain. I just wonder how I handled the long flight. I've heard that it's split into a couple of flights. So you might fly to the United Arab Emirates, I think it is, and then from there you go onto the massive Airbus things, and then fly from there to the I'll probably fly to the Manchester airport or to London airport or whatever it is. But yeah, it takes a bit of planning. I wouldn't mind the long flight. I think that as long as I could recharge my phone, because I think it's one of those things that might be 24 hours or something. Breaking up the flight is good, but I did fly to Dallas in one 16-hour flight. That tested me, yeah. I wonder how many podcasts I could listen to through that time. But yeah, 16 hours is a long time. I've only ever flown to Melbourne and Sydney, and yeah, they're only like they're only like 3 hours. No, they're only like half an hour flights or a couple of hour flights. They're not long at all. But yeah, I was on a one of those Rex flights. I think the company went out of business, but or they're in a receivership or something, and they're applying for the government to keep them afloat. But yeah, there's so much turbulence on those small Cessna planes. It's ridiculous. But jumbo jets and things are not a problem at all. It's like just sitting on a bus. The bus does this at one point and does that at the other end. But oh yeah. No, I haven't been overseas yet, so I'm hopefully going to be doing that. Like I said earlier in the video, excuse me, I'm just holding a tripod, so I'm just adjusting. I need to renew my passport, and I said they're about $400 now, but they last 10 years, so it's about $40 a year. It's still a bit steep though, but it's one of those things I need to do, because your passport is a brilliant form of ID, especially if you need to do police clearances and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, so the place I'll be going to, or hopefully going to, is Chester in the UK. Yep, 10 years. Mine expires in 2027. And I have an ID too, yeah. Mine expired. Now, the police are pretty good. They give you 2 years after it expires to, was it 2 years or 2 months? 2 years or so to be able to do it, and I only really use it for getting the annual police clearance. But I'm hoping that a lot of the because I normally get it for free because I volunteer. Last year and even this year, the volunteer place forgot to send out the reminder notices. So I might have to ring them up and find out what the story is. But yeah, I volunteer for Vinnie's. There's a free food service called Fred's Van, and they've got a branch. They set up at the local 1225 in Salisbury. So every week they just set up tables and chairs, and they have coffee, tea, Milo, biscuits. They have like a 3-course meal, which includes like a dessert. There's food for vegetarians and stuff like that as well. And you can sit down, have a meal, and yeah, you just for an hour or so. And I volunteer there as a way of paying back because I was a client of theirs for a while. But they also have a van that goes in the city, goes out to Gawler Central, and I think they have one out at Elizabeth so they're all on different days of the week. And there are people that go to every single one of them, right? Even though they're on the pension, they get more money than I do. Even somebody on the dole is getting more money than I do per week, not per year. So I use apps that find part-time work, and those companies that have hired me and know that I'm a good worker, they're more likely to rehire me. Some of these other companies that I'll keep applying for, they keep rejecting me until I get lucky, and then oh, he's a good worker, we should have hired him the whole time. I'm just like, ah. But the reason I'm on YouTube is to raise my profile locally, not to be famous or anything like that. It's more about name recognition. So if somebody does Google my name, my YouTube channel and the other social media stuff that I do is going to be first and foremost on that, in that Google search. So I'm hoping that that's what I'm hoping to do. Then there's the thing of trying to get 3,000 hours of watch time, and within a 365-day period. That's pretty difficult to do. Hopefully these lives will like boost the watch time. So I've got a couple of minutes before it clicks over to an hour, but I've maintained like at least 2 people on this live for most of that. So that's pretty cool. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching and sticking around for this long. I know it's not exactly the most exciting thing in the world, but it's real, and it's me, and you've probably got nothing else to do. No, you've probably got a million things to do, but you chose to spend it here. So, or that upset somebody. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in and things like that. And yeah, so I don't know how many watch hours this will actually end up being classed as, because it does a view count, and I don't know how it all works, but yeah, it got 5 likes as well. So if you are new, please click like as well. Yeah, but I'll round this out at the hour, and I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your feedback, answering questions and things like that. But yeah, this has been pretty cool, and I will definitely do these more often, and in a far more interesting place than my own home. but we'll see. Anyway, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for 2025. Always good to hear from you too, Mark. Thank you very much for your support, and I will catch you next time.